Most of you out there know that I'm a personal trainer and certified nutrition coach, so you know I always get my exercise in and I eat really healthy. So today I'm going to bring you guys into my kitchen and we're going to make a really healthy dinner. And what I do with this dinner, because it tastes so good when you reheat it, is I'm going to make dinner for tonight and tomorrow, and then I'm gonna make 3 more that I will put in the freezer. So you can make a whole bunch at once. And if you're like me and you live alone, sometimes it can get tricky as to what to eat and how to not make too much. So we're gonna do some food prep today and I'm excited. And we're also going to talk about Dr. McDreamy, SO, as some of you like to call him, the smooth operator. We're going to talk about the guy with the orthopedic problems, the redheaded Buddhist, and John the fireman. Yes, we're going to talk about dates, no dates, and guys that are married that want dates. So let's head into my kitchen and I'll meet you guys there. Welcome to my colorful life after a gray divorce. My name's Regan, also known as the Easy Ex-Wife, and on this channel we talk all about divorce and dating, living in New York City, and living your best life after the age of 50. All right, kitchen time. Welcome to my kitchen. Okay, this is going to be really fun. I've never done a little cooking show. This is like a cooking show, so let's get everything set up. So first I'm gonna get some Tupperware. Got 1, 2, 3 Tupperwares here. And then 1 bowl to put in tonight's meal. And then we'll do another bowl for tomorrow night's meal. And then let's get everything out of the fridge. We need some peppers. We need some corn. This is corn that I cut right off of the cob. I'll show you that later. And we need ground turkey. And let's see, what else do we need right away? And a packet of organic taco seasoning and an onion. And let's get a cutting board and I'm gonna start chopping up an onion and I'm going to chop up some peppers. Okay, so some finely diced onion, and we're gonna stick this in a pan. Okay, I put a little olive oil in the pan, and I'm just gonna cook these onions on a pretty low heat because I don't want them to cook too fast. Look at all these, they look so pretty. I'm gonna add these to the pan with the onions. All right, stirring it all up. We got the onions and the peppers, and so I've got this on low and they're just cooking away. And then what I'm going to do is add some olive oil to this pot. Okay, and then this is my beautiful corn. I cut it off the cob earlier and then I actually froze it because I bought it a couple weeks ago and I wasn't ready to use it yet. So I cut it off the cob, stuck it in the freezer, and now we're just gonna stick it in that pan with some salt and pepper to heat it all up. And it's gonna be just as good even though I had to freeze it. Okay, so I added it in with a lot of salt and pepper, and I've decided I'm gonna add a little bit of butter to it, which I usually do. It makes it taste better. I am not afraid of butter. What I am afraid of is fake butter shit. Like, I can't believe it's not butter. God, my mom still eats that. I can't change her. I'm trying to. But this is real Irish organic butter. And, you know, I don't put it on everything, but I do put it on some stuff, and I'm going to add it to that corn. It's going to be yummy. Okay, so there's salt and pepper, and that's cooking. Do I ever have an overhead light? Do I now? Sorry, you guys. It's not the Food Network over here. And then we got a little sizzle going, and I'm going to add my turkey now to the peppers and onions because they're softening up. And let that butter, salt, pepper, and olive oil work its magic. This is the ground turkey that I'm using. It's an organic ground turkey. I get it at Whole Foods. It's pretty good. But I was at the dog park yesterday, and there was a farmer's market going on, and someone was telling me about the turkey guy and how he has the best turkey. So I'm going to try his turkey very soon. Okay, I'm going to add this to the peppers and onions. Okay, it's cooking. All right, while that's cooking, I have this on low. I've got the corn on low. We're gonna make some riced cauliflower next. Just took this out of the freezer. It is riced cauliflower organic. I get this at Whole Foods. I buy a lot of it because I use this to feed Fiona. It's very frozen. So I'm gonna use, sorry, this is loud, isn't it? Oh, it's kind of fun. I wish I was really mad at someone. Get out all my anger and frustrations on the riced cauliflower. Okay, so we are going to, let's use this bowl that I took out. I'm gonna add the riced cauliflower to the bowl. I'm only going to use about half the bag. But this is a big bag. Okay, so if you wanted, you could use rice for this, but the cauliflower is a little bit healthy. You'll get some more veg, and then you'll keep it low carb. And you could actually keep it no carb, but I will be adding a little bit of, well, you know, the vegetables have some carbs, so yeah, it's low carb. All right, we're gonna put a paper towel over this. I'm gonna cook this for actually 6.5 minutes. So it takes a little while to cook because there's a lot in there. All right, let's check out the meat, see how it's doing. It's pretty good. We're gonna do a flipperoo. See, this is why they would never give me a cooking show, because I would make such a mess. All right, I'm gonna turn this up a bit. I'm gonna turn up the corn too. It's making a little bit of noise, but not much. So I love my corn really, really crunchy, and I'm a little concerned that because I cut it off the cob and then froze it, that there was too much moisture and it might not be crunchy because it feels pretty soft and I haven't really cooked it. I guess that's why frozen corn can be really mushy. Anyway, I guess I won't. I'll try not to overcook it. And if it's not as good, then in the future, I'll make sure I just cut it right off the cob. Anyway, all you pros out there, give me some tips down below if I'm doing something wrong with the corn. All right, let's check everything. We've got the cauliflower cooking in the microwave. We've got the corn cooking. We've got the turkey with the peppers and onions. Soon I'm gonna be adding some taco seasoning to that. And then we're gonna start layering and doing our food prep because it is so nice when you have a bunch of stuff that's in the freezer ready to go. What can I tell you about? Let's talk about McDreamboat first, Dr. McDreamboat. If you've watched any of my videos where I've talked about him, I've just felt like he wasn't that into me at times. And even though we were communicating a lot via text, and he came to see me at the pier and we met up a few times, I felt like he was keeping me in his back pocket. And I didn't like that. I found myself checking my texts more often than I normally would and not feeling so great when I didn't get a text. And I don't want to go down that road. And I don't want a text message or a lack thereof to dictate how my day goes, or, you know, to do something to my self-esteem. So he's in my back pocket now. He's been the last one to respond, and I don't see it going anywhere unless he makes some crazy effort and shows me that he is into me. Okay, so he's off the table for now. Probably forever, but definitely for now. The guy with the orthopedic problems, nope, just didn't do it, decided not to go out with him. And the red-headed Buddhist, nope, decided not to go out with him either. You guys were so funny, the messages you left me about that. McDreamy came in number 1. And then I think red-headed Buddhist and I think orthopedic problems came in number 2, and red-headed Buddhist came in number 3. Well, they're all off the table, not going out with any of them. And yeah, that's where we stand. Let me check the food, and then I'll tell you about John the fireman, because I finally saw him. Taco seasoning. I'm sure there are a lot of you out there that would say, why don't you just make your own taco seasoning? Well, again, I'm not a great cook, and I'm trying to keep it simple, and we're just gonna add this taco seasoning. This is from Whole Foods as well. I think this is the 365 brand. So let's add it to our turkey. Yep, I add the whole packet, and then I don't measure water or anything. I just add a bunch to it. So let me get some water. Okay, turkey is done. And if you guys add too much water to it, it's not that big of a deal. In fact, I could add even more, because I do feel like it just juices the whole meal up a little bit more and keeps it from getting dry. So I am gonna add a little bit more water to this. Keep simmering it, and then let's start building our bowls. And don't worry, there's way more ingredients than just this. I have the cauliflower in a bowl. The corn is done. Let's try it. Well, this is a big spoon. I'm sure on the Food Network they'd have a more size appropriate spoon, but we're trying it. It's delicious. It's still crunchy. Not as crunchy, but you can tell it's fresh corn from the cob. All right. And then, I put this in the bowl that I was going to use tonight. Well, that's all right. How shall we do this? All right, let me just show you how I kind of layer these. And then, I mean, it's probably not too difficult to figure out, but first, we're gonna I just do 1 scoop of everything to start. So that's in one of the Tupperwares. This is my bowl for tomorrow night. And it's not dinner time yet, although this makes me hungry. But we're gonna meet back here in just a little bit, and then you're gonna see what I add to this to make it so delicious. I am back, and I was uploading some of the footage that I took while I was cooking, and I had to crack up at like the horrible camera angles. Like, there's a reason why you want to be looking up towards the camera and not down at a camera. Anyway, my apologies for the bad camera angles. I'm sure you guys don't care, but I'm the one who was looking at it thinking, ugh, look at how horrible I look in these from this angle. But whatever, I'm still gonna post it. All right, let me show you all the good stuff that I'm going to add to my delicious bowl. I've got, these are called flavor bombs. I love these so much. These are from Whole Foods. You can probably get them at other supermarkets, but I love the teeny weeny little cherry tomatoes. They're like, oh my God. They're like candy. So delicious. Okay. That. Some avocado. This is from my lunch today. So we'll use half of that. Some sharp cheddar. This might be a surprise, a little surprise ingredient. Greek yogurt. That's our sour cream without all the bad saturated fats and tons of protein. And oh, this is like the magic ingredient, cilantro. One time I made these bowls and I took out the cilantro and it was all slimy and slippery, and I had to run out to the supermarket to get some more because I can't eat this bowl without the cilantro. Some of you out there might not like cilantro. You guys know that whole thing with cilantro. Like for some people, it's delicious, like for me, and for other people, it can like actually taste like soap. So let me know in the comments, do you love cilantro or is it like eating a bar of soap? All right, some tomatoes, we're gonna wash them. All right, so we've got some tomatoes, and I have one more surprise ingredient that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. I'm bringing the camera down. Okay, I brought the camera back up so that I can tell you about John the fireman without looking down. Anyway, real quick, if you don't know the story of John the fireman, this was a guy, he's a fireman, and we were always kind of flirty. He finally asked me out for coffee. We went for coffee and continued to text a whole bunch, and they were very flirtatious texts. And come to find out, he's married. Anyway, I think the last time I gave you guys an update, I hadn't said anything to him. And when my friend was in town last week, I ran into him and I was with her, and it just wasn't the time or the place to say anything. And I've cooled down enough about it that I just don't know if I ever will say anything. So he's kind of off the hook. I didn't give him a piece of my mind. I'm not saying I never will. But, you know, I mean, probably all I would say was, hey, that was really inappropriate for you to take me out for coffee, just coffee, but still the flirtatious texts, and, you know, you were married. So that's where we stand. And, oh, he did text me a couple weeks ago and I just didn't respond. And so he probably gets the hint that, yeah, I am not open for business for married men. Took my bowl out of the fridge because it wasn't time to eat it yet. I'm gonna put this in the microwave. It's not even that cold because it hasn't been that long, but I'm sticking it in the microwave for a little bit, and we'll add all the goodies, and then I'll show you the cherry that we're gonna put on top. It's not really a cherry. I'm getting it out, so. All right, food is in the microwave, and here we go. I don't know if you guys know about the Siete chips. These are grain-free tortilla chips. They're delicious. And I'm not gonna use that many, but I'm gonna crumble some on top, and it's gonna be delicious. So I'm gonna bring the camera back down, and I'm gonna show you all the goodies that I add to it. I'll show you the final bowl. And I'll take a bite because on cooking shows they always take a bite. Well, I'm gonna eat the whole bowl, but I won't make you watch me eat the whole bowl. And I really hope you guys try this recipe because I know you will love it. Okay, I've got my tomatoes, my cilantro, some yummy cheddar cheese. We're gonna use, oh, there it is. We're gonna use this. This was a really, really big avocado. So this is only a quarter of it, but like I said, it was a really, really big one. We're gonna slice that up. All right, microwave, I hear ya. Let's start adding the good stuff. So we're gonna put some tomatoes, and then let's do the avocado. So that maybe it melts a little bit. Oh, I should have done the cheese. Avocado, yum. Some cheese, start melting cheese. I'm gonna stir it up and then add in the Greek yogurt. Does that sound gross to you? I used to think, one of my friends used to add Greek yogurt to chili. Whoa, this was years ago, before like Greek yogurt was really a thing, and I thought it sounded so gross. And she said, no, it's basically the same thing as sour cream, but better. But you guys can add whatever you want to this bowl. Beans would be great. You could use whatever kind of meat you wanted. I don't know. What else would you add? Tell me down below what you would add. All right, I'm gonna take a big heaping spoonful. Bam. See that? Stir it up, make it creamy. We got the avocado, we got the cheese, tons of those tomatoes. What am I missing? You know, you could put some hot sauce in here. And like I said earlier, you could use rice instead of cauliflower rice, but I'll tell you what, when you have this many flavors, you don't need the rice. The cauliflower rice, you don't really taste. But it adds some bulk, it adds some veg. All right, so I take a little handful of these chips. Just crunch them on top. Okay, look at that. It looks huge and it's so satisfying. Get some chip in there. Let's get a little bit of everything. Cheers. You guys, so good. And I have 3 in the freezer. I have another bowl for tomorrow night. And I wish you could come over and join me. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look as pretty as some of the food on the Food Network, but I'll tell you what, it is darn good. Holy moly, I forgot to add the cilantro. The one thing I was like hyping up so much, I forget to add. All right. Now that looks better. Add a little green in there besides the avocado. All right, I'll take one more bite with the cilantro. And it's not going to taste like soap to me. Okay, let's go. Amazing. So good. Let me show you sweet Fiona. She's not feeling good. She threw up today. I think she was at a little Frenchie party yesterday and they served a doggy cake, and I think she might have overeaten the doggy cake. She loved it. And you're wondering why I didn't make you dinner. I'm gonna make you some dinner, but I'm only gonna give you a little bit, okay? Okay, Mama. Say bye. Thank you so much for joining me today in my kitchen. I've got more recipes for you if you want them. I like easy. Like I said, I told you in the beginning, I like my recipes easy. And I like my recipes very, very healthy. And also I could do what I eat in a day if you're interested in that. I love seeing you. I loved having you here with me in the kitchen, and I'm going to enjoy my bowl, and I can't wait to see you next time. I thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you when I see you. Bye.